Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your May 2019 general read. I'm Jade with Yes, Yes, Yes. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. We are going to start with the overalls that I did for the yearly, and then I'll get into past, present, and future energies as well. And let me know how you like this in the comments section. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps out the channel so much. And if you're interested in a private reading, I have that link at my website in the box below as well. So let's get started. For this month, you have the Judgment card in the Line Strider deck. Now, what's interesting about this, Judgment is, I feel like it's, really facing our destiny, stepping forward into purpose. And it's something that comes from outside of us, right? It's, we can make those changes ourselves, but it's kind of like, I look at it as like a positive tower when the Judgment card comes in. And that, it's our higher self calling us to step forward. So you might be finding this month, Capricorn, that you are getting some intuitive nudges because you got clarifying by the moon, intuition, right? Intuitive nudges to step towards something that is much more in alignment for you. And this is different for you, Capricorn. I know that you guys tend to keep your heads down, work really hard. It's, it's about making sure that the resources are there and the structure is there, and, but this is calling you to dream a little bit. And that's okay. I think, going into that part of yourself might be really interesting. So if you are feeling like you've been not necessarily stuck, but you've gotten the organization down, right? It's down to a science where you can step away from the job mentally. You could step away from the job. The money's coming, it's automatic. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's on automatic pilot already, I feel like these cards are allowing you to step into another part of yourself where you can dream big, okay, and decide what to do next. Because you've already like rocked it out as far as making everything stable and secure. Great job on you. Now let's get your dreaming part of yourself taken care of as well, okay? Now, for the overall, from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, we have the Thunder card. And this is a card of making great waves, right? Thunder, and I heard like a huge thunderstorm last night, actually. So the thunder is the rattling, okay? It's what shakes you up. And this whole year, you might have been shaken up a lot by things coming in to rattle your foundation. Now, just what we were talking about, this Judgment and the Moon card, this is rattling your foundation because you've got everything else on autopilot. Now it's calling you to check in and do something else that's not on autopilot. And I know that may not be comfortable for you, Capricorn. So let's see what the rest of the reading says as far as this goes. But you're being called to do something outside of your norm, and I think it could be really interesting and powerful for you, Cap. I forgot to mention, I have a head cold, so I'm having trouble breathing. I'm a bit of a mouth breather right now, so hopefully it's not too terrible for you. I'm going to lay out the Rider-Waite in the past, present, future, and then we'll talk about it then, okay? So what's been going on for the past for Capricorn? Ooh, interesting. Okay. Yes, exactly. I have this card wanting to pop out, so I'll let it come out. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. This is, it could be youthful energy. This could be children around you who've been necessitating and need to be grounded. Okay, so maybe you are taking care of your children. This can also mean that you've gotten a small raise at work, just a small one, not a big one, okay? So the Page of Pentacles is offering a small reward, okay? You might have just gotten a new recognition at work, recognition, that's the word, of some, maybe some hard work that you've been doing, or even just got some interest paid in. So, maybe you moved your money to a new stock or something like that, and that you're making a little bit more money. So it's a little bit of money, a little bit of recognition for your hard work, or children in play. We also have the Seven of Swords. This is that sneaky card. It came out in the reverse. So when I see the Seven of Swords, I look at that person as, why are they sneaking away? And usually it's because it's in self-protection mode. They're trying to take care of themselves because they don't feel like they are being taken care of by others. And they're picking up all of these swords, everything that they can hold, to move on to some other place that they can take care of themselves. Now, when it's in the reverse, I feel like that person is doing it more for a malicious mean versus trying to take care of themselves, which seems a little bit more innocent and understandable. So there could be somebody around you who is doing something a little devious. Maybe there's a little bit of, and maybe this little bit of money could have been more. Maybe this person has interjected themselves in your life so that they're actually benefiting from this little bit of money that you might be making. Or it could mean that somebody could be trying to interject themselves in with your children even, okay? Could be a past lover, maybe a past partner that's supposed to be cut out and is trying to come back to be a part of your children's life, okay? I don't see it as a coming back into, reconciliation or anything. But someone who is not operating in the most forefront, they're holding their tongue, they're being a little bit deceiving, they're taking care of themselves first and foremost and trying to use the system, okay, or use you even. Now, we also have in the past the Ten of Pentacles, and the reason why I like seeing this card here, despite that last energy I was just talking about, is we were just discussing it early on, is that you've done a great job of setting yourself up securely. You're taking care of your children, or you're taking care of yourself. Maybe you're taking care of your parents, but you have done a great job of making sure that all of the hard work is done and it's on autopilot now. You might have been on autopilot now. So you've brought in all of the security, all of the wealth that is needed to take care of everything. What's left, however, is the emotional aspect, the spiritual aspect of you, and making sure that those things are taken care of. And it's interesting because we've got no cups here in the past. The card that popped out was the Five of Swords. Yeah, the Five of Swords. It did come out in the reverse. So what I'm feeling is that there might have been a truce, maybe with this person who was sneaking around. So again, that could have been a past person, like the past father or mother of your children, and that there was some kind of struggle with them, that you had reached a truce and now it's, that truce is broken. That's why I'm feeling like perhaps that person is trying to come back into the life that you have created, the stable life that you've created. The other thing is that this could be work related, and so perhaps you had had a truce with somebody at work even, and that could be where the sneakiness is somebody at work trying to dig into the project that you've been working hard at creating, and they're trying to get into the recognition that you might really deserve all on your own. Any kind of struggle, there's just somebody there, and what once was even has been upturned, okay? So I'll keep that on actually I'll put that here as a clarifier. Okay, now I'm interested more in what's going on for the present for Capricorn. Oh, I can feel my head is just getting so clogged. It's so funny to hear my voice. Okay, sorry. All right, so for Capricorn, 2 more cards for the present, please. 2 more cards for the present for Capricorn, please. Okay, there's one. Good, some movement. I like this. Beautiful. All right, so we have the 8 of Wands. We're getting some change here coming in. Beautiful. Just like what we were talking about, needing to kind of mix things up, make some changes. You might actually have some new ideas for new work projects. You might have some new creative projects, or it might be physically you want to move yourself and move your family, make some movement, okay? Changing up the energy. Doesn't that feel good? Changing it all up. We also have the 8 of, two eights, very nice. The 8 of Pentacles. So it came out in the reverse. The 8 is about not only working hard, keeping your head down, but being recognized, okay? This is the energy that you know quite well. You know how to keep your head down, and you know how to get the work done. Maybe not necessarily the the recognition, and that's what is it's working against you here. I think it might be this other energy that's still happening. There's something that's trying to get in and take away some of the recognition that you might deserve. The other thing here is that when it's in the upright, is that this might be you kind of starting to step back and realize that you've been working so hard that you've kept your head down and life is passing you by. So this is you lifting up your head and looking around and realizing there's so much more to life and stepping away from working hard. I can't believe I said that to a Capricorn, but again, it's on autopilot. So you might feel like it's safe to do so because work is on autopilot. Beautiful card here, World card. So there's this change that's really occurring for you this month in May, Capricorn, where you're stepping back. The autopilot is on, you're stepping back, you feel pretty good about it. And this, if you have an online business, it's running by itself, great. Now you can focus on your spiritual aspects and your emotional aspects. The hard work, the building of your business, the building of your reputation at work, whatever that is, the deciding where you're gonna be investing your money and your time, all of that is taken care of. Because that cycle is over, it's now time for a new cycle. It's expansion, right? It's even travel if you want it. Anything that's next leveling you, whatever your dreams are, that's what the World card is here for you. You probably are feeling this energy right now, where things are starting to open up and expand for you, which is beautiful. Welcome to the summertime here in the Northern Hemisphere. But this is your destiny calling to you, asking you to be bigger than what your projects are, bigger than what you think life is really about, which is security and work, right? So much more. Okay, now I'm looking for future cards for Capricorn, please. Oh, that's way too many. So let's shove all those back in there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Capricorn. All right, so we're looking for future cards for Capricorn. What's going on for Capricorn? Here we go. Yes, that's how I'm turning it this time. Yes, okay, all right. So, Two of Pentacles, starting to do this juggle. I look at this as the dancer card. He's juggling, he's keeping the balls in the air, but he's also dancing, right? He's dancing around issues. He's dancing to his own beat. This is early on in the month as well, okay? So I know that we're talking about future, but this card is specific to early on in May, interestingly. There's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make, and that is leaving things on autopilot or doing some more work to make it feel like it's on autopilot. But you have this choice now, okay? It's all work related. It's all money related, okay? So you're at the place now. Judgment card came up in the reverse, okay? So now you've got double judgment here. You're in the place now where you can call in a new life for yourself, but you have to choose it, okay? And it's scary, it's different, I get it, I know, okay? I live in the other place, which is I live in the place of judgment and calling into the destiny, and it's hard for me to stay grounded. So we're in opposition right now. So I understand how difficult and scary it would be to do something else, to focus on something else. But it starts with just patting yourself on the back and realizing how good of work you have done thus far. And that, all of that you've done has gotten you to this place, and you can take a breather. It's okay, okay? It's okay to take a breath and enjoy it. You don't have to push to the next level yet. Even though we have this next level card, you don't have to push. It's an easy next leveling because the cycle is changing. It's closing from one place and opening up to another. Now we also have this Five of Pentacles card that came out in the upright. So there is a feeling, and this is, I think, all of your fear coming up, okay? So there's the fear of loss, fear of lack of having enough resources, fear of being shut out, and not included. So if you, Capricorn, were to release the bonds, the overseeing, the control of whatever your work project is, whatever it is because this is all money. I'm not seeing, we haven't pulled a cup yet. So if you can release the bonds of your work and realize that it is on autopilot, it is okay for you to focus on something else, I think that you'll find that this Five of Pentacles is just a fear, okay? It's just something that's in your mind. It's not all gonna fall apart. Nothing's gonna be lost. The challenge that you're being faced right now, and this is what's coming up because Saturn and Pluto are both in your signs and been, you know, battling you for quite some time. But the truth is that you have been challenged to find and to create a structure, okay? And it's a structure that will serve you into transformation. So that's exactly what we're talking about. So the structure is Saturn and the transformation is Pluto. So you have created the structure, right? You're creating the structure of having the finances taken care of, having the family taken care of, that stability, all of that stuff you've been building and been disciplined about building. And now it's time to go deeper into the other stuff, the transformation of the self. It's the spiritual work, the emotional work, the stuff that's really difficult to do because it's not your focus in life, right? You're born a Capricorn so that you can focus on structure, so that you can focus on the finances and working hard, but there's so much more. And I know this, I'm talking in generalization too, okay? So I want to see, let's clarify, what is this fear? How can we bypass it actually? I want to bypass all of this fear and actually make the transformation happen. How do we do that? Okay, first thing is Seven of Wands that comes out. So the Seven of Wands is about drawing your boundaries and making your truth known to others, okay? Making your stand. This is you taking a stand for that part of yourself, okay? This is kind of an internal struggle. This is really what we're talking about. So this is you making a boundary and saying, look, all of these things are set. You know, I have set this up so that it's running on autopilot. Now, this is the line. I'm going to cross it. And I'm going to go to this other place. Okay, so this is an internal struggle that you're going to have to bypass. The King of Pentacles is here. It did come out in the reverse. Again, how do we bypass this? When we don't hold on to the money so much, when you don't hold on to the control so much, you have to let it go. You don't have to be a miser. You don't have to worry about if you stop focusing on the money, will the money stop? No. Okay, it's going to keep generating. And okay, let me just back up. I'm giving you advice based on what the cards are saying. So if you, go into work and quit your job and say, oh no, Jade said that the money's still going to come. Well, of course the money's not going to come if you quit your job and you stop working. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is that you have focused so much on security and the financial backing for yourself, for your family, for your parents, whoever, that you have shut down other parts of yourself, and you have held on to the finances and the stability as being the thing that will deliver you to, the promised land at the end of all of that. That's why judgment is here, because the truth is that that's not enough. And it doesn't feel enough. I know it doesn't feel enough because you wouldn't be watching tarot otherwise, right? So you have to take a leap. You have to say, look, I know I have all of this and I'm going to lighten it, right? I'm going to lighten my hold on it. Finances need to flow. The currency is a current, okay? So if you've been saving and there's some kind of expenditure that's asking you, if this is a yoga retreat, if it's some opportunity that you have to develop yourself spiritually or emotionally, and you're really wondering, can you afford it? No, don't go, if it's way beyond your means, that's not what I'm saying. But if you have the savings and you've been saving it for not knowing why, and then there's something that presents itself that can financially won't, take you down, but it's not, you're not used to spending money on yourself. Consider it an invitation to better yourself, to develop your connection to your higher self. And it's a scary place to put money, to value that part of yourself that's not developed. Because I think that's really what it is, you know, how do we develop how do we value something that's not developed yet? So it's totally scary. I totally get it. What I'm trying to give you more and more support in taking those steps. Ultimately, it's on to you, right? You do whatever you want to do, Capricorn. I support you no matter what. I love you no matter what, because I know how much and how hard you work. I see that. I love the Capricorns that I see, and I know. We have the Knight of Cups. It's our first card of the Cups, but it came out in reverse. So it's the lack of being able to self-love, okay? It's the really wanting love to come in a way to open up our hearts, but you have to present in order for love to show up. So you're being challenged to step forward into a more nurturing, compassionate, spiritual, and loving part of yourself, to bring that self forward. If you need to do that through going to, you know, a retreat, taking an online class, you know, even if it's, you know, getting a reading from someone, whatever that is, you know, whatever it is that's going to bring you to that place, to your higher self, that's what's being called. That's what you're being called to do. Because this Knight of Cups, whatever this energy is, this healing, this loving energy, this person that wants to come in even, you have to meet them in that equal place. Otherwise they won't come. And right now it's coming out in the reverse. So Capricorn, you have a lot. There's so many pentacles on this table right here. So much earth energy. You're going to have to trust yourself. Okay. And even if it's taking a risk without financially taking a risk. So it's taking a risk by making some time to focus on you versus what you can create, or what you can control, or what you can provide. Okay? It's taking a risk by making time to focus on you and developing that value of you. And it's spiritual, it's emotional. Those are the things that are missing here, and that I can feel that you want time to do. So I'm giving you permission to do that. I support you in doing that. And again, ultimately, you do whatever feels best for you. I'm not telling you to spend your money on all kinds of things. I'm not telling you to, you know, just leave your job behind or dump your family or anything like that. I'm not saying that to the extreme by any means. There's always a balance to things. And so right now, you've done a great job of providing for others, creating stability, and earning the monies. Now it's a time for you. It's time to focus on you. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that you hear this. Let me know how it feels for you in the comments section. Hit that thumbs up button if it resonates. And for now, I'll send you all my love.